10% of all the new cars sold in Iowa come from the Karl Auto Group. Our neighbors trust us to have the largest selection and the highest standards. To our current customers, thank you. And to our future customers, see for yourself why Karl drives Iowa.
Your dealer for life, it's the Karl way.
Keen Project Solutions, a modern engineering and construction firm, embracing technology, establishing industry-leading systems and processes, and delivering reliable results to our customers. At Keen, we are passionate about inspiring our team and our customers to achieve great things, offering the highest quality services in commercial construction to deliver turnkey projects. Our core beliefs drive us forward. Protect people, build relationships, drive innovation, and focus on end goals, bringing our customers' desired results to life. See how Keen can work for you at Think Different, thinkkeen.com.
Experience the world's largest sports book at your fingertips.
I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor and owner of Circus Sports. We built this platform for bettors that want high limits and total transparency.
Featuring high limits, player-friendly pricing, and exceptional live customer service when you need it.
Hi, how may I help you today?
Download your new bookie today and start betting like a pro.
Circus Sports.
All right, welcome to the show. Iowa State with a tough one today at Hilton Coliseum. 73 points is what Iowa State ended up with, but, man, it took a lot to get there. Texas Tech with 82, and, a lot happened to get to that point. We'll break it all down for you, and we'll talk bigger picture as well here on the Karl Chevrolet postgame show. We're in the Northwest Bank Studios. I want to just thank our sponsors, Natuzel Financial Services with Raymond James, of course, and Keen Project Solutions as well. So, first we'll start here. That's a hard loss. You don't want to lose to that team specifically because of the Big 12 standings. Iowa State pretty much has to win at Arizona on Monday to get a double bye in Kansas City at this point. I've been running the math, and that I think there's ways for it to happen if Tech would lose out, but credit to this Texas Tech team that loses the best player in the league last year and is just killing everybody ever since. It's quite impressive. We'll get to that, of course. Iowa State. I thought specifically in the first half, one of the worst halves, obviously, of the year. But the biggest issue today was the stuff that they kind of hang their hat on in this program with those 50-50 type balls, the tips, closeouts. Those are the type of things that drive Otzelberger crazy, and I don't think he's going to be very thrilled. Rebounding, what was the final number? 35-29. You have one team missed a lot more shots, and that was Iowa State. You had opportunities down the stretch, even at the very end when the thing felt dead. Iowa State gets its third steal in a row, and Momcilovic misses from the left wing, and man, it was just you couldn't quite get there. The thing about Tech's game today, they were 14 of 29 from three, and I would guess about half of those were open, which is disappointing, right? They clearly McCaslin's a really good coach. All you guys know what I think of that guy. I think he's fantastic. I think he's one of the best X's and O's guys in the country. And they play the trap really well. They play it really well, and that was a masterful game plan against Iowa State's defense today. So again, Iowa State, there's stuff to pick apart, and we're going to do it here. But, let's put into perspective what Tech was able to do against a good Iowa State team. So not only is Toppin out, but Christian Anderson has 4 fouls with like 15 minutes to play in the game. Right? Like crazy. They had, at the end of the game, 1 guy foul out, 3 guys with 4 fouls. So they were playing in foul trouble the whole game. Completely down. And, man, Iowa State just couldn't take advantage of it. Let's do our preferred pest control pest of the game. I know a lot of you probably want me to give it to Tony Padilla, but we're not going to do that. I'm going to give it to this Atwell from Texas Tech, Donovan Atwell. That guy, and he's a good player, right? So, like, he didn't come out of nowhere with this game today, but he was unbelievable. 6 of 10 from 3. Dude was just nails. I thought Petty and Atwell were really the difference today. Iowa State was pretty good on Christian Anderson, all things considered. Now, he did have 7 assists. He's a great player. Deserves all the accolades he gets. But I thought that, those guys, to me, were really the difference in this one because they were just so efficient. They combined to go 9 of 16 from 3, but they were just Petty had 9 rebounds on top of it. I thought those 2 guys were great. But Atwell, very pest-like game from him, good defensively, pretty damn good. So there's your preferred pest control pest of the game. Those pests are going to be out all over the place, so get your pre-spring work done with our friends at Preferred Pest Control. Again, like the story of the game to me, and I can't wait to hear post-game to see if my thoughts on this game match up with what Coach saw. But a very uncharacteristic, like a lot of like just freedom in the paint. I thought even like it wasn't just the bigs on the rebounding thing. Like I didn't think Iowa State's guards hit the glass very well today. I would guess if they grade this game out specifically, the guards probably defended one of the worst games of the year. The other problem Iowa State is having right now, and this is a big issue, is I don't know exactly what to do with Killian Torrey at this point. Today, Torrey was 0 of 7 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3, and only played, just trying to see how many minutes he had in the second half. Not many. He did not play much in the 6 minutes, 6 of 20 in the second half. So clearly, and I don't know. I don't know how good Heisey was defensively today. It felt like nobody was that good defensively. But this just feels like, Torrey, like there's going 0 of 7, and then there's a really bad 0 of 7 where you just look completely out of sorts with your shot. And that is what I'm seeing from the freshman right now. So you don't just bench him. I thought today, and they did do this to start. They did do it. I was right, but it didn't pan out the way I thought it would. I thought this would be a real Killian Torrey challenge game defensively. We're going to put you on Christian Anderson, go out and earn it. And indeed, that's what they did, but it obviously did not end well for Killian, and we'll see where they go from here. But it feels to me like Iowa State right now is better when Heisey and Bateman are out there. And I know Jamarian wasn't great today either. He was like 1 of 6, so he didn't play. But he looks more confident out there right now than Torrey does. I'm just going off of body language and just recent games. I know they don't play the same position. There's complications that come with this. I understand all of that. But what you're seeing is these teams are basically not defending Torrey. And that makes it really difficult on everybody else, especially when you're not doing the thing you do well, right? Which is, harass. What did you force? 15 turnovers today. I mean, you had told me Tech's going to turn it over 15 times. I thought Iowa State would have won the game. However, I wouldn't have guessed they would have hit 14 threes. So a challenging one today for Iowa State. Now I will say this too: like Tech's really good. I talked on a lot of shows leading up to this game. It made me a little bit uncomfortable. Let's check the metrics here. It really didn't do anything to Iowa State metrics-wise. The Cyclones are still number 8, so they didn't. They dropped from 7 to 8, so they dropped 1 spot. Offense and defense both stayed the same. I think defense may have dropped 2 slots. But you're still probably looking at a 2 seed. 1 seed is out. You're not going to be a 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. I guess it could get really interesting if you want at Arizona. But I am the worst part of today, other than you don't want to lose at home, right? Like that's a big thing for Iowa State. You never want to lose in this place. But the big thing to me is the double bye in the NCAA tournament or in the Big 12 tournament because I don't know. I don't think this team needs, and it'd be saying a lot to play 4 games in 4 nights because I don't know if they're playing well enough to do that right now. Like that, it felt like they hit that peak after the Houston game, and then BYU. I didn't feel like they played that well against Utah, but they beat a bad team. Come back here, and Coach McCaslin and Texas Tech, what they've been able to do without Toppin is really, really incredible, and you have to give them a lot of respect, and I absolutely do. But yeah, so this is a really tough spot, and CF After Dark, the post-game show coming up. These guys will dive really into this, I'm sure. But now you got to get on a plane tomorrow and fly to Tucson. And I need to pull up all of these scores from today in the Big 12. I'll do that momentarily. But that place, I know they beat Kansas. I don't know what the final. Oh, they just killed Kansas today. 84-61. Absolutely destroyed them. So, I mean, you're stepping in it now. And this is one of those where you kind of just feel like, let's get in there and, hold court with these guys. Let me guess what the point spread might be in that one. You'll be a 9 or a 10-point underdog on Monday night to Arizona. So, listen, this is a tough spot. Otts usually gets his teams out of these. We've seen it time and time again. You don't want to be in them. We, as Iowa Staters, just hate losing at home. It's such a pride point for the program, for the fan base, and this team right now really they're on a but can you turn it back to get it back going the other way, going back up the mountain? I think they can. I think they will. But what a tough setup. What a challenge now to lose this way today. And that was really disappointing, too, because at the end there was so many. Iowa State got it back within 6 after being down like 20 or whatever it was. And I would have bet a lot of money at that point that Iowa State was going to win the basketball game. But Texas Tech just kept hitting tough shots at that point. Because at that point, the defense was really good. And at that point, like, they were hitting shots with a hand in their face. Earlier in the game, not so much. But you're just flirting with danger when you dig a hole that deep against a team as well coached as Texas Tech is. And I would also point out as deep as they are, which we're starting to see now after this Toppin thing. Like, they got a lot of really good players over there, guys who are ascending and stepping up, and they just flat out beat the Cyclones today. So let's take a deep breath. Get back here for senior day next week. I am, I'm getting on a flight tomorrow morning and going to Tucson. I was really hoping that was going to be a top 5 matchup, but probably not going to be in the cards. It's okay. We cover the Cyclones regardless. It's still a huge game. Jake Brennan and I will both be out there. And looking forward to following this team the rest of the way, and hopefully it's a historic into what's been a really awesome season thus far. We appreciate all of our great sponsors: Karl Auto Group, Northwest Bank, Keene Project Solutions, of course, the Natuzel family, Natuzel Financial Services. I appreciate all of you guys who hang out with us, and right now we're going to hand it over to the post-game show with my friends from CF After Dark. Have a good night.